Now I believe we're live. Nobody is here yet, but that's okay. I still have a little setting up to do. We'll see if this comes on here. Let's see. I hope everybody is doing good today. Of course, when I say everybody, I'm just talking to myself, which is normally how I paint. I usually talk to myself when I paint. Let's refresh this. See if I can't bring up. Okay, for those of you who are not joining live, if you're coming later, then we're going to get going with this in just a moment. These are the things that we have to do. Let's see. I'm going here. And look at there. Oh, don't talk to myself. Let me mute that. And okay. I'm off and running. We're going to give it a little bit of time to see if anybody joins. I didn't put, okay. Oh, we do have some people. We do have some people joining. Hello. If you can hear me, just put it down in the chat. If you can't, then you won't know what I'm saying and you'll be like, what are you doing? And I'm trying to make this chat big enough today so I can actually read it from over here. So hopefully I'll be able to interact and answer some questions for you. All right. Oh, I know that's not very exciting, just looking at me like that. Oh, there we are. I had to scroll down. Abby, hi, how are you? You can hear me. I can't hear you, but I can see that you typed something. So thank you for being here. We're going to get started in just a moment. I'm just trying to get things. Oh dear, I'm stepping on things. I'm just trying to get it so I can see things a little more clearly. All of this. I'm not one of those professional YouTube channels. There we go. Okay, there we go. We have the chat on the side. I'm not a professional YouTube channel who knows how to do all this and put up graphics and things like that. I don't even have my glasses on, so I have to read the comments over there. So today we're going to be painting. We're going to be painting Befordor and turning it into Mordor. That's right. Let's see. We need to get some paint set up. I don't even have any paint set up yet. So we're going to go. I've got this ivory black. We're going to use this right here. Have I used this one before? I think so. I'm just going to put a little bit of that on my palette. And what else? What other colors are we going to use today? I figured I would set things up, give a little time. Maybe for, oh, it looks like there's maybe 6 people watching now. Oh, all 6 of you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. We have, as I said, a special day today. This is only the second live stream I've done, so I'm learning as I go. I got my cadmium yellow right here. I'm going to put on my palette. There we are. And hopefully this lighting is okay today. The last time I did a live stream, I did it in the evening, and it was a black canvas, and it was too bright in here. The lights were too bright. I had to keep taking lights down, and it was so dark I could barely see, but you could see on screen what I was doing. All right. So I've got, this is a cadmium orange. I'm going to put that right there. And here we are. We've got a bright red. We're using a little bit of bright red today. Why are we using red? Well, if most of you have been keeping up with Barleyman Butterbur's tale, The Rings of Power, you know, he likes to tell these stories at the Prancing Pony, and he forgets things and he makes things up. So not exactly the tale that Mr. Bilbo told us. No. But that's okay. That is okay. We are going to paint the mountain, as it's known later on, Mount Doom. But right now it's in the land of Befordor. I think they call it the Southlands. But we all know it's Befordor. That's its real name. Befordor turns into Mordor. Maybe a little more green. We're going to have some forest in there today. All right. And maybe a little Van Dyke brown. I'm missing a few colors. I'm missing my titanium white. I don't have any titanium white on here yet. We'll do that. There we are. Van Dyke brown is the paint we're using. And let's see. Oh, Little Flamingo and P. Gillick. I don't know if I said that right, but I say hi and good evening. Now, is that it's a good evening whether I want it or not, or it's an evening to be good on, or it's good that we just made it to evening? Okay. Let us see. Oh, I've got this old titanium white. It's getting a little crusty in there. Little crusty. I haven't been painting enough. I haven't used it enough. Let's see if I can dig some of this out. Dig some of that out. Sometimes when I dig it out, I get these crusty pieces and they get on the canvas and we just have to make them part of the painting. There we go. And leave that there. We're just going to do that for now. All right. One day I'll have to clean that up. All right. I'm just going to clean off that palette knife before we get started. And it looks like there's maybe 7 or so on. I'm going to get to painting here in just a moment. I appreciate you being here. I'll have to go back once I get this all done and I post it. For those of you who didn't watch it live, I'll just let them know, hey, I'll start painting it this time. There we go. Oh, and if you're watching, hit that thumbs up, that like button. That's right. I think that tells the Council of YouTube that more people should join us. And the more that join us, the more we get to do this. So that's always fun. That's always fun. And, oh, I have a new paintbrush today. Just got it out of the package. That's right. Now, old Timbo gets new brushes. And the way I do that is from your support, all of you. And what I have is, if you go to timbotook.com, I have some of these prints that you can see. This is a canvas print, and I have my painting of Weathertop on this. This is an 8x10, so that's just a small one. I also have some larger ones. Let me pull one of those out. This one, this is my newest painting that I have available. We did just a few weeks ago. Oh, that baddie Sauron and all his little minions there as he looks out upon, I don't know what he's looking out, whether he's up in the north or whether he's down here in Mordor, now that it's not Befordor anymore. All right, so we have some of those paintings. If you go to timbotook.com, you can purchase those prints, and what that does is that buys more canvases and more paints and all that for me. So it just keeps us going. I appreciate your support. All right, now let's come to this. We're not going to be here all day doing this, but I've got some liquid white, some magic white I put down on the canvas there. I've already put that down, so we're ready to go. This is a wet canvas. We're painting a wet on wet technique, and as many of you know, I was taught how to paint by the Blue Wizard, Bob Ross the Blue. That's right. He used to come to the Shire once a week when I was just a boy, and he taught us all how to paint. So I'm just going to take some of this titanium white, possibly. I'm just going to put it here just because I don't want too dark of a sky yet. And I'm just going to take a touch of this ivory black, and we're just going to make a gray color here. And that might even be a little too dark for what we're doing right now. But as I said, I have some liquid white on there. Some liquid white. Let's tell you what. Without messing this up too much, I'm going to take a palette knife, scrape some of that out, and I'm going to put that right there. There we go. That way I don't take that dirty brush and go right into here, and I don't want to have to clean that already. So we do this, just getting that hazy shade of gray. We're going to put some clouds up here. All right. My Govanen, grumpy hermit. My Govanen, my friend. All right, I'm happy you joined me. Oh, that's right. If any of you are here, remember, just click that thumbs up, that like button. That'll help the Council of YouTube invite more people to come over and watch us. Maybe some people will discover us who've never joined us before for these adventures. And today is going to be a pretty simple adventure, like I said. We're going to come up here. Let's get to painting now. So let's get to this. We're just going to come up and we're just going to do some crisscross strokes in here. And I don't want them too much. I don't want to darken this too much up yet. It's just kind of a gray, cloudy day. There we go. And that might even be a little too much more than I wanted, but that's okay. I'm just going to set that brush down over there. Now I'm coming to a blender brush. This, well, it's supposed to be soft, but this one's getting a little old. That's fine, right there. So we're going to come up. We just threw some paint up there to make these clouds, and you see these different shades of color in there. That's fine. That'll mix together. That'll give it some... There we are. Look at that. Look at that. Those go right out. I hope you can see that all right. When I do these live streams, I don't have the technology set up yet to be able to chop into camera 1 and camera 2. I'm running off of one Palantir right now. One Palantir, and so when I record the paintings, I'm able to zoom in and zoom out and that sort of thing, so you can get a better idea. But as it stands right now, we're just going to take this, soften out this sky. It's not a happy, bright, nice sky. There's no blue in there. Just some gray, but soon it's going to be even more than gray. That's right. We're just doing this. We just take this blender brush. It's a very soft brush. And we're just swirling it around, just making these clouds. There we go. I'll try not to stand in the way either. Sometimes I find myself, I stand right in the way of the painting, and you don't want to see the back of my head. No, no. You'd like to see the painting. There we go. There we go. So you see, not a real distinct sky, not much going on there. Bring it down this way. Maybe I'm just going to come with this blender brush. I'll just come into some of this just to bring that color down a little more. I'm not sure where I'm going to end up having these mountains, but just bring a little color into this some more. Right down here. There we go. There we are. So that quick, we just have that kind of nondescript sky set in there. There we are. There we are. So this is just a background for our sky. Now let's do something else here. Whoa. I think somebody's trying to get a hold of me on my Palantir. They're just going to have to wait. And so we've got this. It's kind of a nice day. Oh, the people just, like 20 of them voted in a new king of the Southlands. And I guess that's good, 20 or so votes. I didn't know they voted on it. They just kind of declared it. It's like, I declare bankruptcy. I think there's some standards and practices you have to go through. But they looked at the guy and he was carrying a pouch and they said, you're our king. And then everything blew up. Kind of ruined lunch, I think. There we go. But we know what's coming. It wasn't that much of a secret. If you didn't know that Befordor was going to become Mordor, you know, it's the only secret that was guarded a little closer was maybe that, professional wrestling might be a little set up, might be a little fake. But if that surprised you, I'm sure you were probably surprised by Mordor happening. But anyways, we just have fun with it. We just have fun. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. Look at that black smoke coming out of there. What's going on? What's going on? Where's all that coming from? There we go. What is happening here? And all I'm doing, I took that blender brush and I just put that into that ivory black. And it's got the... technical difficulties in the hobbit hole. It disappeared, so I can't see if you're saying anything. I can't see if nobody's not saying anything either. All right, come back on, you. Oh, I don't think my cord won't reach all the way over there, so it's probably going to happen a couple times. Okay, I had to do the password. Let's get caught up. There we go. Hello, Halfling. Hello, Mr. White. Oh, a cloudy day, my favorite, you say. Let me make sure. No, why is it doing that? Play this. There we go. Well, I tell you what. I think this is working. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Let's see. Oh, I do have some. All right. Remember to hit those thumbs up, those like buttons. When you do that, that helps the Council of YouTube to know that we're here doing this. And I just took that blender brush and I just put some of that ivory black and it's mixing so it's not just dark like that. No, but we'll come back in. We can put some dark accents in there. This is blowing its top. That's right. And this is going to darken the days there in Mordor. That is right. That'll darken those days. Ooh, look at that. Of course, we do want some other things to be in there. We do want some other things. So let's take some of our bright red. And this brush is clean and dry. It doesn't look it, but that's okay. We'll take some of this bright red. And we're just going to come up here. These will mix together. There we are. Just putting some of that in there. Woo! Blowing its top, I tell you. Blowing its top. Well, let's go to some of this orange now. Let's see if we can just drop that in, how that'll look if we just come here. We just want that tempest. There's a tempest in that mountain. That's what's happening. All right. There we go. Now we'll come, let's find another one because we're making a bunch of brushes dirty. We'll come back and clean some of those up. Let's come to our cadmium yellow. Just putting it on. This is a small blender brush, but this one is a little rough. There we go. There we are. All right. So this is just kind of giving us some background here. And some of that will be reflected in the clouds. There we are. Smoke, I should say, not clouds. Those are clouds in the back. This is smoke in the front. There we are. Let's come back Come back, let's get some more of that orange. I like that orange in there. Get some of that on there. Not something you want to see when you're having a picnic lunch. You don't want to set that table up and see everything explode. All right. Let's see. Abby says it's looking great already. Thank you, Abby. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So we have that. That's kind of our background for right now. And I'm going to set this down, get a paper towel. We're just going to wipe this off right here. Right here. Now that we've got this gray color, let's just take a little bit more of this ivory black. Let's just mix this up in here. Just a little bit of a muted color for our mountain. This is going to go off in the back. Just mixing that together. There we go. I know this isn't a normal time for me on this Sunday afternoon, but it just happened to work out where I had a little bit of time to spare. So we're just going to put some mountains in the back here. These are just off in the distance. Not really much detail to them. We're just using that palette knife. There we go. Just pull those down. Those are kind of miles away. And we'll do some on the other side. Now this is where I get in trouble when I'm painting for you. I try not to stand right in the way, so I end up turning my head. So anytime I do something like this, it's all running downhill. It's all running downhill. Now let me come to this side. We're right kind of straight across. Now, old Timbo doesn't use straight edges and measuring sticks and things like that. I just kind of, we just kind of go up there and throw this all on our canvas. That's all we're doing. Just making this mountain range that runs back this way. Not a lot of details back there. Not a lot of details. Let's just come to, say, it's a little crusty, but that's all right. We'll just bring this down. You're just kind of using this to shape your mountains. There we are. Just pop those in. Just give some terrain at the bottom. We'll come back and we'll put some greenery. Of course, you know that greenery is not going to be there very long. This area of Mordor, that's gonna come to an end. Well, Befordor, really. I think they call Befordor the Southlands. Oh, Barleyman, Butterburst, Tail, the Rings of Power. There we are. There we are. And I appreciate all of you who are stopping by. Now, I don't know if my count, I don't know if that's going up at all. Let's see. All right, Abby, you say, are all these original ideas for paintings or do you have inspiration? Well, a lot of my inspiration, there's two places I get inspiration from. If I want to paint something, I'll look at the book. I'll look at what Professor Tolkien wrote and look at the words he used to describe the landscape. And sometimes if I'm doing that, that's because I'll say that's the story that my grandgaffer Gamgee, Samwise Gamgee told me. Those are the stories, those are the paintings that come out of the description in the book. Now, if it's something, if any of you have seen old Peter Jackson's movies, that sort of thing, and you like those, if I'm painting it and it's from the movies, I usually say that's my Grandpappy Took. Oh, Pippin got into his cups at the Green Dragon, had a few too many, and he tells wacky stories about him climbing up in Gondor, climbing up to light the beacons. Well, we know that didn't happen in the book, but sometimes that's a fun thing to paint. So my inspiration is both both the words in the book, the words on the page, or the visuals from the movie, or other artists. There's other artists, and I look at it, but I don't look at it as reference while I'm painting. I kind of keep it in mind and have what they've done. But typically, unless it's something with, like I did a painting of Sauron just a few weeks ago. That painting of Sauron, I looked at the picture from the Rings of Power show. That's right, Barleyman Butterburst story. I looked at that and I did it. I used that as a reference just because that's a little more detailed. But when you're painting trees and mountains and things like that, usually you don't have to follow too much of a reference. You can have kind of a frame of reference for it, but you just let the canvas decide. The canvas will say, oh, we're going to let some paint stick here, or we're not going to let some paint stick there. So most of the time, it's just, I have an idea of what it's going to look like, but the canvas always tells me what it's going to look like. That's right. And of course, Bob Ross the Blue. I watched a lot of Bob Ross the Blue, both in childhood and as an adult, and a lot of that's stored up here in the noggin. And so when I go and I touch paint to palette to canvas, a lot of that is inspired by him. So, all right. I always use reference pictures. Yes, like I said, sometimes I do if it's very specific, like Sauron standing in front of his orcs, that sort of thing, I will. Or if I have a specific memory, something I've seen, and I want to recreate that, I'll use a reference photo for that. Are all hobbits talented that way? Well, I don't know. But this hobbit just likes to have a bit of fun. That's all we're doing. We're having fun. These paintings are not going to be hanging in great halls, but they look great in hobbit holes or maybe in a pub. Those are the best. Oh, come on now. I tell you what, this technology, I'm just going to, let me move some things around here. Be patient with me, be patient. I don't do too many of these live paintings. But we're going to put this, so let's put this right over here, move some stuff around. Whoops. You know, a hobbit hole that's used as a painting studio is quite a messy thing sometimes. That's right. Let me do this, and let me look for something here. And we'll plug that doohickey in there, and we'll hit that power button there. And now I'm going to have to, when I talk to you or see what you say, I'm probably going to look over this way. So I might disappear from the screen for a minute. There we go. Let's see if I can catch us up. All right. Oh, I got 14 thumbs up going. Thank you very much. Thank you for giving me those thumbs up. Those are fantastic. And let's see. Hi from Greece. Timbo. Oh, Greece. What a beautiful, beautiful place. Oh, I was there many, 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 many years ago. Oh, I think about 27 years ago now. That's a long time. I need to get back. And is Bob Ross one of the Blue Mages? He is in my mind, that's for sure. He was certainly magical for me when I was a boy. He was certainly magical for me. All right, let's come here. Now maybe I'll wash off a brush. Whoops, I'm going to drop brush and paint my feet. So I'm going to take this. I have some odorless paint thinner over here. Just putting that in. There we go. I have my rubbish bin down here. That's right, we beat the Sauron out of the brush. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. All right, now we just want to make some greenery back here. This land. So I'll take this sap green, maybe just mix it in here, see what kind of colors we come up with, darken it up a bit. There we go. There we go. We'll just come, and there's not a lot of detail back here, so these can just be some lands. And oh, these poor trees and things. These are going to, and you see I just run those kind of up the mountain a bit. Just run them up the mountain a little ways. There we go. And I use that side of the brush. I hold the brush, not straight on like this side, and that'll give it, an appearance of, get some ivory black on there. There we go. That just gives it some appearance of shadow and other things in there. And it gives you a straight up and down, like the trees that are there, growing over there. There we go. Come back, let's get some more of that green. Put that in there. Oh, that's pretty thick on there. That's okay though, it gives us different glades of forest, different trees, different things. So we'll come. There we go. Let's do the same on this other side. Just put these are all trees, but they're so far away you can't really see much. Can't really see much detail there. We just want to put that color in. There we go. Now I'm not coming to the center too much because I'm going to be painting right over that anyways. So, but we just want it to be there. There we are. So just using that brush on its side like that, it fills in that area on the canvas. It looks like it's a forest. Gives you that appearance. There we go. All right, so that's just our background there. So let's come, let us come here. We're going to put a mountain in right here. So we're going to come here, a little bit of that. Oh, some Van Dyke brown and our ivory black. Just darkening that up a little bit. We'll even put some green in there. Maybe even a little bit of that red. Just kind of mixing those colors together. There we go. Just pull that out. Grab some right on the end. Let me look and see. All right. There we go. Just want to make sure I'm keeping up with things. Just want to make sure I'm keeping up. Let's see. And this will come. We're just using this palette knife just to make that area that was just burst into flames. There we go. Now we can start bringing that down. Let's bring it down this way. Come right into there. There we go. So just bring this mountain down. As I said, this would ruin any picnic. Any picnic would be ruined by this. Now we're just going to come in and we're just going to fill that in. Just grabbing this paint. It'll be kind of thick on here. That's okay. It'll give us a lot of texture there. That's what we want. We want with this. We just want this to have a lot of texture. And you see, I created that background first and then put the mountain in front, and then we'll bring some lava right down the front of it because that's what's happening. It's blown its top, it's throwing off things, and we have lava coming down. There we go. Let's see. Your paintings are my happy place. Thank you, Abby. I appreciate that. That's a nice thing to say. I'm glad I can do that for you. And have you ever met the 4 hobbits? No, I have not. I went to a thing called MegaCon not too long ago, and the 4 hobbits were there, but they were there on the day that I couldn't be there. So I was there the day before, so I saw their signs of where they were going to be. I would love to meet them, but yes, they are very lovely, lovely fellows. That's right. But I have not met them in person yet. I hope to one day. I hope to. There we are. Just bringing this down. And I'm putting this on real thick. This is going to give us a fun texture when we're done with this. Sometimes we use the brush and we push it in, and then we come back and we put snow or things like that on there. You see, I'm picking up a little bit of green. That's okay. That's okay. There's green on the side of this mountain for now. Oh, that's going to be choked out and dead. Oh, we don't want that. We don't want that, but that's where the story takes us. There we go. Just bringing that right down there. There, and I hope that shows up for you on your screen. I think it might be, it's hard. I have to figure out how to bring the exposure down on this palantir I'm using, because it seems very blown out in here. So we don't want that. It's very bright, but last time it was so dark when I did one of these live paintings, I couldn't see a thing. I was painting the green dragon at night, and boy, was it night, I tell you what. All right. Oh, that's nice to hear, Abby, that you got to meet them at a fan expo and they were nice. They seem like beautiful people. That's right. That is right. Samwise Gamgee the Brave. So you see, the way the line works is Samwise Gamgee is my grandgaffer Gamgee. But Samwise married Rosie, and then Rosie and Sam had a daughter, and her name was Goldilocks. Now, Goldilocks married the son of Pippin and Diamond of Longcleaf. And their son, Faramir the First, married Goldilocks. And then they had my older brother, Faramir the Second, and I was the second-born son, so I didn't have a whole lot of responsibilities. So I just got to run around, have adventures, and do things like painting. So there you have it. That's my family. That's old Timbo's family line. There we are. We'll just put that in there. Oh, what a place. What a place. Oh, look at that. Well, let's see. We want this to be a little more, shall we say, chaotic. No. Let's see. We're going to come to some of our bright red here. And we'll try and create this effect where the lava is running down this mountain. If I can get that to stick. There we go. But you see, I pick up quite a bit of the black there. So we want to wipe that off. Come back in. And we just watch where it would go. Right there. There we are. But we're gonna put some other colors in there too, so don't worry. Don't worry, this red is just the beginning. Just the beginning, just the start. Well, sometimes it has a hard time sticking. When you're doing these paintings, you're doing it all in one setting, this wet on wet technique. Sometimes it gets a little difficult. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a little bit of paint thinner. And I'm just going to put it into my red, work my red in here. Work this into the red. Oh, and I got some black was still on there. Got that worked in. But we make it a little runny, a little thinner. Maybe it'll stick a little better. So let's come up. And there we go. There we go. That leaves a little more. Knock some of that off. Come here, and let's say it's just flowing right down the side here. There we are. And, a lot of black on that one. We'll do this. Get this, and we'll come down on this side here. Oh, I'm just moving paint around. Moving some paint around. There we go. Sometimes you got to clean off these palette knives. Sometimes I'm a little too hasty and I just go for it. All right. Lighting looks way better than the last stream. Thank you. Thank you, Connor. I know I was in, it was even darker than it looked on there. So, all right. And yes, very creative, very sensible for Sauron to create an on and off switch for a mountain. Although I tell you what, I myself had worked in the fire brigade for some time, and I know pouring water onto fire sometimes is not what puts it out. It gets it to explode. That fire will make a mess, certainly. All right, let me put this here. There we go. Now I'm going to come wet. I just put a little bit of paint thinner on here just to kind of make this a little looser. It's a very thick paint that I like to use. And we have this cadmium orange. And we're going to bring that right over where some of that red was. We're just kind of streaking those two together. Right there, just so our lava has a little more dimensionality to it. There we are. Knock some of that off, come back for some more. There we go. Sometimes I hide back there as I mix my paint. I don't mean to do that. I want to do it right in front of you so you can see. Take that, and we'll come right here. There we go. Knock off some of that dark we're picking up. Come back up here and let's run it down this side. There we are. Now, of course, we want to get the part that's the hottest, that glows the most. Let's wipe off this palette knife again. And let's see what everybody is saying. Oh, hello, Gigi. How are you? It's good to see you here on my live stream. Happy to have you. Holding the door. That's right. Let's see. Hello from Sweden. From Sweden. I've never been to Sweden. I'd love to go there. Beautiful mountains. I always see. I want to go see those mountains. Oh, thank you, Magic Manatee. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. All right. There we go. I've got that cleaned off. Get a little bit of paint thinner to put in here. Get this yellow worked up a little. Might have worked it a little too thin, but that's okay. That should make it go on a little easier. All right, here we go. Let's give this some of this glow in here. Bring it right down. These are just supposed to mix together a bit. There we go. Not too much. We don't want to ruin everything we've already done there. We don't want to almost erase it with this yellow. We just want to highlight it with this yellow. Just being the hottest part of those flames. There we are. Look at that, look at that. These lava flows going down. There we are. Yes, so I know many of you have been watching the show. Many people love the show. Many people are having issues with the show, The Rings of Power. But like I said, I just like to think of it as old Barleyman Butterbur's tale. He's telling it, and he's not as accurate as old Mr. Bilbo. He knew the tales. But Barleyman Butterbur, he's trying to tell us a story just to entertain us so we buy more of his beer. But I think that's working a little. It's some things are, he forgets a lot of things and makes things up. But Celeborn might have an issue with him. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Bring this right over here. There we are. There we are. Let's maybe Wipe this off. Now we have it kind of stringy coming down. Let's make it a little more up at the top. Let's bring some of this red in. We'll make it. Of course, there's going to be more at the top where it's coming from. So we'll just bring this here. And we'll just bring some more down. There we go. Just trying to get this paint to stick. Trying to use very thick. I'm trying to put it on there thick to give it a lot of texture. That's a lot of fun sometimes. Having paintings with all that texture. All right. Oh, Ball State, that is in Indiana, right? They're having a massive Bob Ross Fest. I would love to go, but unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it for that. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. That would be a lovely time, though. Maybe next year. Maybe if they do one next year, I'll be able to make it. We'll see what the year brings. Oh, I think I picked up more than I put down on that stroke. That happens sometimes. Like I said, it's the canvas a lot of times that is what tells you what's happening and what's not happening. Tells you where you can paint, where you can't paint. I'm fighting this one right here, I tell you what. That just does not want to take any of that red. Let's go, red. Right there. I'm putting you on there. There we go. There we go. Wipe some of that off. Let's highlight it with some of our orange. Oh, I'm making a mess here. Making a mess. Oh, and again, let's see. Muncie, Indiana. That is right. Amazon beer. Yeah, that's right. I just want to, since Amazon is using, the Rings of Power to help sell their items, I do have these prints available at timbotook.com. That'll take you to my marketplace on Teespring. I have things like this 8x10, my weathertop painting. You can get that in 16x20. There we go. This is another example. Like I said, these are not meant to hang in great halls, but, well, they look good in a hobbit hole or a pub. You know, this is, that's the trying to get over the mountain there. The Red Horn Pass, but they get a little defeated there. So we have many of those paintings that we've done together here on the show, and that helps me buy new brushes and new canvases and keep this all going. That's right. Old Timbo is not... I'm not one of those channels. I don't get millions of views, but I have fun with the views I do get. And I appreciate all of you that are here for that. All of you that are a part of that. Some of you have been here with me. We've been doing this a couple years now. And we have fun. We have fun. Come on, Orange. Do your part. Let's thin this out so we can get this on there. Gonna thin it out a little bit, just using some paint thinner. There we go. This is just a little Sunday afternoon live stream, or evening or morning, wherever you might be in the world. Oh, I suppose if you're in Greece, then it's evening for you. All right, look at that fiery chasm. Okay. There we are. We got that going. Let's come in. Let's put some trees and things at the bottom that are going to be, those will be gone here in just a few. Just a few after this catastrophe happens. Let's see. Let's just take some of our yellow, we'll put it up here, mix it with some of that sap green. Oh, and that's pretty thin, so we should get that to stick. There we are. All of this is going to be burned up in just a matter of minutes. Just a matter of minutes, all this will come to an end. There we go. And when we have this thin, we just want to tap it straight on. Now, before we were using the side of the brush to make that grassy kind of trees in the back type of area. And I'm just knocking some of that off. I can knock it off down here in my rubbish bin, come back up, just tapping the brush right in. And we're just coming in and putting some trees right here. There we go. Let's get a little more yellow on there. Come up to our green. And we're just making trees at the bottom here. There we go. There we go. So we're going to now, we'll fill this in here at the bottom. Let's fill it in with a darker shade first. And then we'll come back and highlight it. So we're going to fill this in. We'll just do it like this. This, when you want, you can do this and this will fill in stuff fast, and then you just come back and then we put the trees and the things there. So you don't always want to do this, but sometimes if you want to fill an area fast, you can. All right. Oh, Mr. White from Turkey, a neighbor to Greece. That is fantastic. I love to see where everybody is from. I love the fact that we can sit here and our world is connected, where we can enjoy just doing a painting, just having a relaxing day or evening, whatever it is for you. And we can just relax together, have fun, enjoy these stories, forget about the problems of our world, maybe. There we go. So now if you wanted to make that a lake, you could make that a lake and do a reflection and all that, but we know there wasn't really a lake there. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to come into this dark color, and now I'm going to tap straight in. Tap straight in, and what we do is we'll come to our canvas, and we're putting trees in. That's all we're doing. These are the shadows for our forest, and we'll come back and we'll put tree tops on there of different colors. And you're just tapping that on. And that just gives it texture. And you're doing that straight in. When we did these back here, we wanted them to look like they were tall like that, and we held our brush to the side. Oh, Abby's in Canada. And Grumpy Hermit's in a hermit hole in the United States. Oh, Timbo's hobbit hole. Oh, Timbo's hobbit hole is in a place called Florida. Some of you may have been here. Florida is an interesting place. In fact, you can see, I'll show you this. Oh, Timbo was doing a little bit of shark fishing. I don't know if this will show on the camera or not. Let's see. Yeah, there's a line if it can darken. Right there, I had a shark I caught while fishing, and that sucker got me with just a fin. It's very rough like sandpaper, and he did that. But oh, we have a lot of things in my area that like to get you. Oh yes, the fan brush. I have fan brushes over here. Maybe I'll do that for some of these trees. I wasn't doing any close-up of trees. I use a fan brush a lot when I do close-ups of trees. Right now I'm just putting this texture in that we can highlight. We'll go back and we'll highlight this, but you can see these are the shadow. All right, now let's see. We'll take, oh, this is a big old filbert brush. I don't even know where, I can't remember where I got that. But let's go to this, some of this green we're going to add here. We'll do some highlights with this. Just putting that some on that filbert brush. And this will give us that rounded, maybe, might be a little too thin. Might be a little too thin. Let's go. Let's just keep this simple. We'll go back to this 1-inch brush and we'll tap this on. See if we can't get some trees going, some highlights. There we are. Oh, that's a little dark. Let's go to some of our titanium white. Let's see. Oh, yes. That was a bit of a scratch there on the arm. That's right. Where did I get my wood palette? This palette, this is from New Wave. I don't know if you can see it. Right down here. New Wave. In fact, I think most of my videos, I think I have a link to it in the description. And you can, I believe, buy it on Amazon. Oh, you know, I'm shilling for Amazon, I guess. But you can buy it there, or if you go to New Wave Art, you can find it on their website. And this is a bit of a bigger palette, but it's a good palette. It cleans up very nice. That's what I like about it. Let me come to some of this titanium white. We haven't done a lot with our titanium white. So let's see if we can lighten this color up a bit. There we go. Now we've got that titanium white. Let's give some highlight there. Let's oh, I keep going back and forth from too thick to too thin. Too thick to too thin. It's like a yo-yo diet. Oh, it's like I'm doing keto with my paints. I start off too thick and then I go too thin. Normally we like it thick. And we're just putting in that texture of the forest there. All right. All right. Yes, a big palette gives you a lot of space to work with, which I like. Especially when we're able to stand here and chat with each other. This is kind of fun. I do like this. I like being able to chat with some of you friends as we paint along. Now, once these paintings dry, we can always go back into them and add more details. You don't have to say, oh, it's done when I finish with it right now. As this paint dries, it'll be easy to go back in and fix a few details, maybe give a little bit more distinction in some of these trees. We just want to fill this in without destroying all that dark in there. We just want that to shine through as texture. Make it look like a forest. There we go. Come in, see if we can get some other type of highlights in here. Maybe there's some orange trees. Not orange trees like you pick and eat an orange off of, but trees with orange leaves, or I don't know if that red will work. We'll see, we'll see. little thin on there, and just give us a variety of trees in here. And that's all we're doing. We want to break it up a little so it's not just one color and another color. We want to, and we tap it on like that, puts it straight onto the tips of the brush, and then we come in and we're able to do that. There we go. Like I said, we want to leave some of the dark spots. Come in, putting some highlights in here. So this poor forest is about to be charred and burned, making room for those orcs to have a home. There we go. We can even say that's some of the fire that's starting down there. That's why it's so orange. We can say that. There we are. See, our canvas helps us tell the story. There we go. Now we can even come back and make that sky a little darker. Yes, it's very, very bright out. I have a window over here and I have a sheet over it, so it's not supposed to be so bright. But if I back off, it blows out the painting with light. So let's come here. I haven't washed many brushes, but we'll just wash that in there. Take that off. There we go. Now I'm going back to this blender brush. Let's see. Haha, maybe if Sauron had some orange trees with some vitamin C, he'd be nicer. Probably. I imagine I'm a little nicer. I know I'm a little nicer when I have a full belly, that's for sure. It's always tough to deal with a little low blood sugar. All right. This blackness is coming over the land. Let's just make this darker up here. There we go. We want that just to be dark. This is how these orcs are going to survive. They're going to survive by blocking out that sunlight. There we are. And then you can blend it in a little bit if you want. Don't blend it so much you lose the dark, but there we go. And that's a fun one. Like I said, you can come back and you can do all sorts of details in here. If you want, you can do some of those. Oh, let's see if we can do that. Let's see what kind of liner brush I have available. There we go. Let's just come to this black here, thin it out with a liner brush, a little bit of paint thinner, that liner brush, and these lava bombs. And I don't know how well that works, but you can experiment. With some of those, say you take that. Oh, where'd that go? take that, come put a little bit of color in there. There we are. Oh yeah, that actually works. That actually works out pretty well. I wasn't sure if I was going to mess it all up by doing that or if I was going to make it look decent. And it looks pretty decent to me. I think we can do a couple more of those. Let me move right here. Let's block some of this light. See if that helps. Hard to see all the details in there, but I think you get the picture. Oh, that was bad artist humor. All right. Yes, I enjoy a full tummy. And let's do a couple more of those, maybe. Maybe let's come. I wasn't sure how that was going to work out, but we'll just say these are coming over into the land. This one arches up high and it's coming down a little closer. There we go. Another one back this way. And we don't want that just to be a straight line. Just give it a little bit of body to it. There we go. That'll be a little bigger. There we are. We'll do another over this way. And then give it there we go. You're just giving it a little bit of body in there. And oh, that looks like a big one coming there. There we are. Now let's give those guys just a little bit of color on the end there. Let's come in. I'm just taking some of this red that was mixed in with the black. We're just picking up some of that scrap paint. There we are. Do another one right here. Bring this right here. Let's see if we can get a little thicker. There we are. Now let's color that a little more. Let's go to some of this orange right here. We'll just put a little deposit right in there if we can. There we go. Right over here. Doesn't want to come off the palette knife. It's okay, we'll try again. There we are. Now let's even put a spot of yellow in there. All we need is just a touch of this. Just a touch. Come back to this one. There we are. Over here. And right there. There we go. All right. Now, as we discussed, that would not be a good picnic. That would not be a good picnic to attend. So, let's see. Yes, that does look thick with 2 C's. That's the way we like it. That's what we like. All right. Yes. Oh. Yes, some of the folks look like old Pompeii folks. That's right. That would be tough. Well, I don't think we need to talk too much about the physics or the geology of it. It might not be making much sense. But we just have to remember that's Barleyman Butterbur. I don't think he really understands physics too much as he tells the story of the rings of power. So, all right, I think that's going to be it for me today. I appreciate all of you being here, spending this time with me just to look at doing a painting from Mordor. Well, doing a painting from Befordor, and now it's Mordor. That was a big surprise, I guess you could say. No, it wasn't. But I'm happy you joined me. I hope I have an episode coming up. I'll be painting Elrond sitting in a tree. Kissing. No, I don't think he was. But anyways, we'll do that together. We'll have some fun. I appreciate you being here. Remember, just to have a good day. Goodbye, and God bless. All right. Thank you. Thank you. A lot of fun as always. I appreciate it. Everybody have a good day. I don't know how to stop this. Maybe before I do, I'll get in a little closer. Does that give a better angle? Let's see. Let's turn this a bit. Try and get some of that glare off of it. There we go. All right. Thank you all so much for being here, being with me on one of my, I guess my second live stream. So have a good day. Goodbye, and God bless.